Welcome back, class 8, to the online bio classes. In the previous class, I had given question answers of the third chapter, that is ecosystem. Today we are going to start a new chapter. As you can see in the board, chapter number 4, control and coordination. It means in this chapter you have to study about such a system of our body which helps to control means to regulate all the functions of our body, and that is done with the help of two different types of systems, that is endocrine system and nervous system. Both of them help to regulate and control all the different types of functions in our body. Like our nervous system is the one which controls all actions of our body. Similarly, the endocrine system consists of those endocrine glands like thyroid gland that produces hormones, the chemical messengers that carry out specific functions. So we will study about them in detail in this chapter. First we have to study about what is a stimulus. One word is there, any changes in the surroundings that brings about a response is called stimulus. So what is stimulus? How will you define it? Stimulus is happenings or changes in the surroundings. Changes in the surroundings. Happenings or changes in the surrounding that brings a response in an organism is called stimulus. So stimulus are of two types. In your book also the definition is given there. A change in the environment to which an organism reacts is called stimulus. That definition also you can learn. Changes in the surrounding that brings a response in an organism is called stimulus. So if something is changed in the environment or in our surroundings, like if outside it is very cold, so cold, the temperature is a stimulus. What is the response that we will do? If you feel cold, you have to put sweater or jacket to warm yourself, to keep your body warm. So response is covering ourselves with a sweater or jacket to make our body or to keep our body temperature warm. Now second stimulus example we can give, example of stimulus is heat, cold, that is temperature. Okay, it can be temperature, it can be pressure, it can be the food items also, like hunger, feelings also. Hunger is also a stimulus. If you are hungry, what will you do? The response is you will take the food and satisfy your hunger, isn't it? Now next is the stimulus completed. Response. How to define a response? Response means the answer which an organism will say in response to a stimulus. Okay? Okay. So we are doing what is a response? The reaction of an organism to a stimulus. Means what answer we give to a stimulus, that is called the response. So reaction to a stimulus by an organism is called response. Like if we are feeling cold, I have told you, we will try to keep ourselves warm by putting a shawl or wearing a jacket or a sweater. So that is our response. Similarly, if we are hungry, then we'll try to eat food and satisfy our hunger. So response is eating food if we are hungry, if the stimulus is hunger. Now next, the next topic is for moving our hand away. Once we touch a hot object like the hot frying pan, by mistake if we touch a hot object, we'll immediately pull away our hand. So that heat of the hot object, that is the frying pan, is the stimulus, heat is the stimulus there, and withdrawal of our hand, that is pulling away our hand away from that hot object, is the response that we do. Okay? Now next, in our body, our response is controlled and coordinated. Coordinated means linked together like whatever function we do, like while driving a car or even while riding a bicycle, different organ systems are coordinated. Like you need to see with your eyes and locate the exact distance, the road. So coordination between your eyes, your hands, because you are driving, so the steering of the car must be in your control, otherwise it will be an accident. So coordination between the hands and the legs also, because we need to put the legs on the brake as well as accelerator. So when we have to use that function is also coordinated. Means all those functions are linked together, and who will help them to control or coordinate all this? It is done by our nervous system. Okay. So next topic we are going to do is nervous system and endocrine system are the two systems that help to control and coordinate all the functions of our body. Okay. Now you can see in page number 67, the central nervous system is shown. Central nervous system is the one which consists of two parts, that is brain, that is located inside the brain box, which is called cranium, and a long spinal cord which is present inside the backbone. Okay. So brain and spinal cord are parts of central nervous system. Three types of nervous systems are there that we'll study it. So diagram is given there of central nervous system. The second diagram is of human endocrine system, in which like the human body has been drawn and all the different endocrine glands are shown. Like in our brain, hypothalamus part of the brain, one particular endocrine gland is there that is known as pituitary gland. So hypothalamus is there, pituitary gland is there, number one. This is an endocrine gland. Number two, a gland which is present in our neck region, it is called thyroid gland. So that has been shown in the diagram. So as a homework, you can do it, draw this diagram in your copy and label all the different types of endocrine glands which are shown. So the homework is page number, it is 67, figure number is 4.1. Figure 4.1. You have to draw both the systems and label all the parts. So second one is thyroid gland. Third one, the endocrine gland which is present in our stomach region, that is in the abdomen. In the pancreas, which is present in the U-shaped arm of duodenum. Pancreas, so you have to draw that pancreas also. The fourth gland which is present is above the kidneys, and that one is known as adrenal gland. A-D-R-E-N-A-L, adrenal gland. And the fifth one is the glands which are present in males and females. Like in the male we have the testes, and the female it is ovaries. So testes and ovaries also you can write. Testes and ovaries. So these glands you have to mark. Some more are there, like you can see adrenal glands, already I have said. So draw this diagram and label the parts. That will be your homework. Now next, what is nerve impulse? The next topic. You know that whenever we see any object, it's because light from that object is reflected back, it falls inside our eye, and that light rays will reach up to the retinal layer of the eyeball. Our eyeball has three layers of, so outermost layer is called scleroid, middle layer is called choroid, and the innermost layer is called retina. Like this outermost layer is there, middle layer is choroid, and the third or the innermost layer is called retinal layer, this one. So when light rays will fall on it, like this, when the light rays will fall on this particular layer, then only the image is seen. And from there, all the impulses or the message is taken by optic nerve, O-P-T-I-C, optic nerve. So what I am trying to say is, what is nerve impulse? Impulse means here message. The message that travels along a nerve cell. What is nerve cell in class 7 as well as in class 6 also you have drawn the nerve cell several times. So whenever any message travels through a nerve cell in the form of electrical disturbance, just like electric current, it flow, that is called nerve impulse. So if asked what is nerve impulse is the message that travels along a nerve cell in the form of electrical disturbance. Okay, so these impulses are sent by neurons or nerve cells. What is neurons or nerve cells? Neurons, other name is nerve cells, are the structural and functional unit of nervous system. Now what is the function of endocrine system? This one we are talking about the nervous system. Endocrine system is the one which consists of different types of endocrine glands, and they produce a chemical messenger which is known as hormones that carry out different types of functions in our body. Like growth hormone, it helps to control growth of the body. Similarly, the hormones which are produced by adrenal gland, they have different functions in our body. So all these functions are controlled by, or they are regulated by, endocrine system or the endocrine glands. Okay. Now next we have to study is nerve cell. Okay, the next topic is nerve cell, or also known as neuron. What is nerve cell or neuron? It is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. A structural, I will make you understand what is the meaning of this one. A structural and functional unit of nervous system. The meaning is our nervous system, which consists of brain, spinal cord, it is made up of nerve cells, and these nerve cells are present throughout our body. So when you draw the diagram of a nerve cell, you will find that it consists of a cell body or a cytosol, like this. Okay, a very long cytoplasmic process is there. It is called axon, and the axon finally ends in the terminal branches, which is called nerve endings. Okay, and these nerve endings, terminal branches, they have a swelling which is called the terminal nerve. It is filled with a fluid called neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are the chemicals which are present at the tip of the terminal branches. So what are the parts? Let's study first this one. The upper part, it is called cell body or cytosol. Cell body, or it is also known as cytosol. It consists of a nucleus, and it also consists of the cytoplasm, which contains granules that are known as Nigel's. These granules are called Nigel's, name of the scientist, Nigel's granules. Nigel's granules, okay? And this one, it is called dendrons. D-E-N-D-R-O-N, dendron. Now these dendron further branches, and these branches are known as dendrites. What are they called? They are known as dendrites. Okay, like these branches are there. So these branches are called dendrites. The function of these dendrites is they will come in contact with the terminal branches of axon, terminal branches of another nerve cell, and that point of contact between the two nerve cells is called synapse. So this part from here to here, it is called axon, A-X-O-N, and the last part from this one, it is called nerve endings, terminal nerve endings. Terminal nerve endings. Okay, in the book you can see terminal nerve endings is there. So three parts are there: dendrites, axon, cell body. So first one is cell body or cytosol, the central part of the nervous system. It is a cell, like each and every cell has a nucleus. It is a living cell, so it has a nucleus, and it is known as the cell body. Now what is this dendrites? The second one, dendrites are the short cytoplasmic extension, means the extension of this cytoplasm only. This cytoplasm will extend and it will form a network-like structure. They are called dendrites. The function is to receive the nerve impulses and bring it to the cell body, and from there it is transmitted via the action to the terminal nerve endings. Okay, now next part is the dendrites completed. The axon is a single long fiber, as you can see. What is this made up of? This long fiber, it starts from the cell body and it ends in the terminal nerve endings. Okay, now what is the function? The distal end, that is the last part of the terminal nerve endings, has certain swellings. It is called synaptic bulb. So this one is called synaptic, synaptic bulb. Bulb means just like swollen like a bulb. So this one is called synaptic bulb. You can see the synaptic bulb. So what is synaptic bulb? The last part or the terminal part of the nerve endings has swelling, which is called synaptic bulb. And this bulb is filled with a fluid, and the name of that fluid is neurotransmitters. So what are neurotransmitters? They are the chemicals that are filled inside the synaptic bulb. What is synapse? Synapse is the point of contact of one nerve cell with another nerve cell. So this point is called synapse. So if you have to learn the definition, what is synapse? Synapse is the point of contact between two nerve cells. That is the terminal branches of one nerve cell with the dendrites of another nerve cell. Like here, the dendrites of some nerve cell will be in contact of this one. Okay, so this contact will make a swelling. That area is called synaptic bulb. Okay, which is filled with a fluid called neurotransmitters. Example, acetylcholine. In higher classes you will learn about it. Now next, the long actions, as you can see in the diagram, they are covered by a covering. The name of that covering which is present is called myelin sheath. What is it called? Myelin sheath, named after the scientist who discovered it. So long axons are enveloped by a protective fatty covering called myelin sheath. M-Y-E-L-I-N-S-H-E-A-T-H. So what is myelin sheath? It is a protective covering present around the axon. What is the function? It will, just like a wire, you can see electrical wires, they have a outermost insulation. The wire is not naked. If naked, then what will happen? There will be short circuit. Similarly, all these axons also has a covering around it. This covering is made up of a special type of fatty covering which is called myelin sheath. The name of that covering is myelin sheath. It provides insulation to the axon. The function of myelin sheath is to provide insulation. Alright, so what is the function of myelin sheath? It provides insulation to the nerve cells. Now what is the function of action? The function of action is to carry the message from the cell body and bring it to the terminal nerve endings. Okay, in this way, the direction, in this direction only, the nerve cells, the nerve impulses or the message will travel from the cell body towards the terminal nerve endings. Got it? Now next, what is synapse? The junction between two neurons, as I have shown here, the point of contact between two neurons is called synapse. It means it is the point of contact between the terminal nerve ending of one nerve cell to the dendrites of another nerve cell. That point of contact is called synapse. So at the synapse, or at this particular place, the chemicals called neurotransmitter is released. The function of these chemicals is to transmit. Transmit means to pass the message, that is the impulse, from one nerve cell to the next nerve cell. Understood? Now next we have to study is, so the homework is to draw this diagram also given on page 68, figure 4.2. Figure 4.2. To draw it in your copy, okay? On page 68. Now next we have three types of nerve cells are there. What are they? Sensory nerve, motor nerve, and association nerve. I'll say the definition only. What is sensory nerve? The nerves, three types of nerve cells or neurons are there. Sensory neurons are the one which carry message from the sense organs to the brain or spinal cord. Example, optic nerve I had said, the one which carry message of whatever we have seen from the eyes to the brain is a type of sensory nerve. Similarly, all the sensory nerves will carry the message, that is impulse, electrical impulse, from the sense organs like eyes, ears, nose, to the brain or the spinal cord. Got it? Now second one is motor nerves. Motor nerves are the one which is just opposite. They carry the message from brain and spinal cord to the different organs and tissues. Okay, like if any message is coming from the brain to the eyes, that is to the muscles of the eyes, that particular nerve which will bring that message is made up of which type of cells? Motor nerve cells. Okay, and the last one is association or mixed neuron. Association or mixed neuron are those type of nerve cells which are found in the spinal cord, in which both the sensory as well as the motor nerve cells are present. Okay, so they relay the impulses between the sensory and the motor neurons. So in the next class we will study about the different parts of central nervous system, parts of human nervous system, that is central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, autonomic nervous system. Okay, that we'll do in the next class. After that, reflex action, then we have to study about the endocrine system. So as homework, whatever I have said, both the diagrams you can do it. Apart from that, you can also write this question, explain the different types of nerve cells. Second question you can do, explain the structure of the nerve cell. Means you have to write what is a nerve cell or neuron made up of. And third one, define neuron. So what is the answer you have to write? A neuron or nerve cell is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. Then next you can write, define stimulus response. Both the definitions you can write and learn. Thank you.